Alright, so we're going to start by, the next thing we'll do is take off the damper cover. These dampers, you turn them 45 degrees and they slide right out. Now I do not have caps for the dampers. What I'm going to do is just spin them up, or caps for the lines. I'm just going to take them and twist them, and if they twist, there we go. Which is this, and there's 4 tabs. You can see the 4 tabs on there. You just have to push them in. Then you got your dampers. You want to remember how they go. Of course, I'm taking a video on it, so that'll make my life easier. Looks like we can take out these 3 screws. Be this one, and this one back here. And that holds this piece, which holds everything down in place, it looks like. The spring right there is a tensioner spring. We'll finish pulling these out. So it was recommended to pull the carriage out first, and I didn't do it. I should have, but they said pull these carriages out first and then pull the printhead off the carriage. So that just kind of presses on there. Just kind of wiggle those out. Gentle, gentle. I think I failed to mention, before you start, you really should disconnect the power and let it sit for about 30 minutes. I don't know how in the world I'm going to get those back in there. There we go. Got our print head. We'll flush it here in a second, just out of curiosity to see if all the channels are good. Before you start, he said take a picture of this label right here, and that will help you get it programmed in better, quicker. Yep, that's what it does. Put some tension on that head, kind of keep it locked in place there. I'm going to put these 3 bolts in that hold the head to the carriage. They didn't give me a specific tightness, but I'm assuming just snug. Again, I'm being extremely careful not to touch the print head itself at all. Something else I failed to tell you, before I did this, this is your tilt setting. And I took a magic marker, I don't know if you can see it, and I made a little mark where it is, just in case I wind up bumping it. Now I feel like this will be one of the trickier parts. Seems like you can do both of them at the same time, and it works really good. I really like the way that, again, that double technique. Yes, definitely the double technique is the way to go. So I'm going to check, I've got all my parts here. Very gently. What I'm doing, I'm using these screw holes here to kind of guide me back into where I need to be. So that's set in there. See about getting this back in here. This really is not that bad to do. It's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Again, I'm just going to snug these up. So in hindsight, I should have done this one, and this one in the back first, and pulled everything out of the unit. So next time I have to do this, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just to make sure we get it right. I can see the yellow, red, blue, and black. I know that's not the proper terminology for them, but that's what we're going to call them. And by the way, the suspicion is there's a crack where the damper connects right here, and that's what was causing the issues. And also keep in mind these dampers, that blue comes out on this side, so you want to make sure that you don't they cross up, so don't let them fool you. Make sure you get them back on the right direction here. I'm going to try to put this spring back in. There we go. I'm going to take a second here to double check my thing. So this is yellow and red and yellow, so they're backwards. Black and blue and black, so they're backwards. So that's correct. Make sure that's clipped on. So if you don't have a set of these little pliers, go get them before you get started. Harbor Freight, now they're next to nothing. And they're worth their weight in gold for sure. So that is how you replace the head on a Generation 2 Sign Warehouse PrismJET. Next thing we'll do is we'll call Sign Warehouse, go through some programming steps, and we should have it wrapped up.